I wonder what y'all going to talk about. What kind of conversations you think y'all be talking about?
I don't know, but we will get to that. We got some news on that, especially Dragon Age, the Veilguard.
Mm-hmm. He's got
The
his purple.
Veilguard. Or what I like to call is Fortnite, the Veilguard, because that's what the fucking graphics look like.
It's you have your purple wig ready? You got it ready for
I got
to blend in?
So I can swing my head back and forth and watch the hair physics go off.
And then look at everybody and be like, look at that guy. He's a fascist. You know it.
Yep. Okay. Let's get into it. Saber Interactive CEO.
Oh, the CEO.
I don't even know if they've actually confirmed if that's the CEO, but everything we're getting at, that's the actual CEO that responded to Asmongold's video on Space Marine 2. I'm pretty sure that it is the CEO because everything's mixing up everything I've seen that it is him. But all right, so anyway, let's get to this. So Saber's Interactive CEO replies to Asmongold's video on Space Marine 2. Basically what he said was, well, how about this? Let's bring up a graphic of this.
All right, let me see this.
Yep. All right, let's bring up the picture.
I wonder what the CEO looks like. I wonder if I can guess. If I close my eyes like Johnny Carson and put the envelope to my head.
What's that? Here we go.
Okay, that's not what I expected. I expected it to be somebody with pink hair.
What?
I expected the CEO to be somebody with pink hair. That's what I expected.
No.
Okay.
All right. So Saber Interactive does the Space Marine 2. I mean, like, they've done a lot of games, but, like, they did Space Marine 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so anyway, so the CEO responded to Asmongold pretty much at the end of it. I'm not going to read the entire thing. But he hopes that games like Space Marine 2 and Black Myth Wukong are the start of a reversion to a time when games were simply about fun and immersion.
Gotcha.
All right. And he basically says this is what games should be about. And instead of like invoking or imposing morals on gamers or like, you know, let's just say a certain side of it, you know, their ideology on gamers, what they call morals or their morals, you know, they put in a lot of games or they've been trying to, especially recently. So this is kind of like what it is. So he responded Asmongold with this. Also, let's talk this. All right, so Asmongold kind of broke down like on his video about like it's kind of like, you know, what we talked about last podcast, but basically it's like when it comes to the a game like Space Marine 2, right? He basically kind of talked in like, you know, stuff that, you know, kind of stuff that we miss nowadays or trying to remember about games we used to have. And a lot of that revolved around, you know, games with high testosterone, which is Space Marines 2, games with more masculinity and stuff like that, and simpler games, how Gears of War was, at least 1, 2, and 3 were. And games we used to have like that, they were just simpler and didn't have a lot of real world invoked bullshit loaded into these games. And they just had, you know, a simple concept to them. So anyway, let's go into this. So you have two huge games right now, Space Marines 2 and Wukong. All right, both sitting at 100 plus concurrent players. Both of them are on a daily basis. And I think the question is, why are these games so popular? Because, I mean, these games are just, they have such a simple concept. And yes, they have a lot of masculinity in it, in both of them. It's very masculine games. Why are the games so popular? What is your take on it? Like, why are these games so popular nowadays?
Because they're not rooted in ideology. They're just games. I mean, simple. I mean, that's. I mean, I really don't know what else to say. I mean, can't really go deeper than that. I mean, because, you know, I mean, that's it.
Yeah. So
that, I mean, because here's the thing. I mean,
Space Marines 2. Let's take Space Marine 2 for example. It puts you in a fantasy universe that all the lore and everything is revolved around just this fantasy universe. They don't take, let's say, politics or ideologies from our real world and try to inject them in the game. in the story or put it somewhere that some game developer, while they're making the game, puts their own little twist on it. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? To try to invoke like their point of view of the world. And that's where Space Marine 2 is so successful. It gives you 40K. Like that game is all 40K, no added bullshit. It
Yeah.
is all about the 40K universe.
Correct.
And they delivered like big time in Space Marine 2. You feel like you're in that universe and you escape, which is, one of the main reasons why some people love video games, to escape to a world, a fantasy world, and immerse themselves in something that they don't have to worry about all the bullshit they see on the news, all the other crap that's going on in the world,
Mm-hmm.
to relax and have a stress free time. And that's pretty much what, these games are giving you. Wukong's the same way. Wukong gives you a fantasy world based off of Journey to the West, but it gives you a fantasy world without any added crap to it. It's just a good time, and you
Correct.
get to experience. And again, both these games have great gameplay. I mean, that's another reason why they're successful. Great stories. Main campaign for Space Marine 2. The Wukong. This when you're playing through Wukong, everything, all the fantastic creatures and stuff you see, all the fantasy elements of it. They really deliver on both of these games when it comes to the fantasy element
Mm-hmm.
without anything added. It's just a simple concept and simple gameplay. Wukong is simple gameplay when you think about it. Like, at least my opinion of playing Wukong and beating it, it was simple gameplay. Space Marine 2 is also simple, but it gives you just, the cinematics, it gives you that epic feeling of what's going on in each of those games' universes. And they deliver big time.
Yeah.
All right. Let's close this. Okay. So let's get back to this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we kind of already explained what makes Space Marine 2 and Wukong like popular. I mean, they are very popular games. I mean, as you can see on Steam charts and everything, even on console, you got to have a lot of people playing on console. But they just deliver a simple concept. One thing is also, if you take a look at another thing Asmongold said, he stated in also another recent video, he basically trashes Bioware's upcoming Dragon Age of Veilguard. He basically says it looks like a mobile game. That is actually worse than Concord.
Oh,
That's what
pretty
he
bad.
said. Well, I mean, he's kind of right.
I mean, there's numbers to back it up. What was the pre-order numbers for that game?
It was around 45,000, 50,000, something like that, in that
You
ballpark.
mean to tell me a game that had like such great history, where all of them were great before, it's only got 45,000 pre-orders?
Yeah, it's my thing is this, like, they went to that art style that looks that mobile game looking art style, like I want to say Genshin Impact, but a lot of it's very Fortnite-ish graphics, you know what I mean? And they released a big thing on, look at the hair physics, and it showed like is this what they concentrated on through the game with having good hair physics?
Yeah.
It kind of worries me. And then when you see the
you got good hair physics.
I have fantastic hair physics. I have no hair. That is my hair physics. But like, you see the trailers and you see like the world looks cool. Like, you see the background of some of the trailers you've seen for Dragon Age of Veilguard. Background looks cool. The fantasy elements there. But what I'm looking at is the combat, like, and the gameplay. Like, fine, you have great hair physics. You have cool looking backdrops, fantasy world. That's great. But how's the gameplay going to be on it, dude? Like, is it going to feel like that classic Dragon Age gameplay? I don't know. But I agree with Asmongold here. I mean, it's obvious. But people attack him all the time. You're like, why listen to this guy? Why does 1 million plus people listen to him on a daily basis? Probably because he has pretty good takes on things.
Yeah,
I would say. And why he has millions of subscribers.
Well, I mean, I've already told you.
He probably has something there that is attracting people, and he's probably right on a lot of things
Right.
because they're common sense takes on things that a lot of gamers do have issues with nowadays. But they always tack how he lives and how he does things.
Well, how does he live?
Well, he
Let me ask
lives.
you.
Well, obviously he has money, but he chooses to live in his. He streams from his room, and they
Mhm.
always make fun of how dirty his room is. But that's like the only thing they can come at him at. They don't come at him with legit rebuttals, like intelligent rebuttals to what he says. They just kind of attack him personally most of the time.
Yeah,
Every
they look
tweet
at
I've
stuff
seen
like
on
that.
him, what's that?
I said they come at you stuff. I gotta clean. Then I need to get somebody in here.
Get
they
yourself
start coming. They start coming at
cleaners in
me.
there, buddy. No, but they just attack him personally. Oh, like why should I listen to this guy? Well, I mean, like he's not wrong on some things. You know what I mean?
You don't get it.
And
You don't get that many subscribers for being wrong.
you really don't. But he got popular early in his early days through World of Warcraft and everything
Yeah.
like that. I followed him for quite a bit, like shit. I followed him for I've known and seen most of his videos for like the past 8 years.
Was he like an elite Warcraft player? Was he one of
Yeah,
those?
he was. I mean,
Was
he still is a good Warcraft player whenever he plays. But
I gotcha.
he jabs at Blizzard a lot of times when it comes to their decisions, which
Mhm.
are rightfully legit jabs to them because they do make some dumb decisions. But yeah, if you don't disagree with or if you disagree with Asmongold, don't attack him personally. Give a rebuttal. Give an
Yeah.
intelligent
Why?
rebuttal
Say,
to his. Don't just like, oh, you got a dirty room, like stupid shit like that.
yeah, you can change that. You can get a maid in there and clean that.
But anyway, so but yeah, these it encompasses this. Gamers want to be engulfed in a fantasy world, well, without having all these stupid ideological ideas injected to them from the real world and forced upon them in their gameplay.
That's what we talked
They
about
want to
before.
play a game that, again, immerses themselves in this world. They have to watch the news. They look at social media with all the stupid politics shit going on, with all the ideologies that are just thrown out there that, oh, we're right and you're wrong. No, they just want to be in a fantasy world, play a game that has good gameplay, has a good story, that's fun to play, and that's it.
Yeah.
All these fucking woke game design. I hate saying that word, but it's
But it's
true.
true. It's true.
You have all these woke game designers, these young game designers that don't know about the real world or anything like that. They really are very, we went to college and everything like that for all this stuff. It doesn't make you wise and it doesn't make you smart because you went to college.
I mean, again, we've talked about this. What's the point of having it if it doesn't advance the story? You see what I'm saying? Like for example, I can go ahead and tell you another epic failure, and I'm just gonna go ahead and warn everybody now. We're gonna go ahead and say it. I don't even know what movie show they were talking about, but you saw the Marvel whatever, and they said it's about to be the gayest Marvel show that they've made or whatever.
Was it the Agatha one?
Is that what that is? I don't know. So here's the thing. Here's the thing: is this is why it's going to fail? Is because none of that event is advances is part of the story. Like
because they said that is what's worrisome.
Yeah.
Like, what's the big? Why is it a big deal to you have to have a show be the gayest of something of all time?
Here's the thing.
Why do you have to have that?
Here's the thing. I don't know anything about. I don't know if Agatha's a real. I don't know much about her. But let's just say, for example, okay, you want to make her gay. Cool. You can make that part of the story without making it the reason why it's the show. You know what I mean? Like that's your whole being of the show. You know what I mean? What, you want her to, okay, cool. She wants to be a lesbian and she has a girlfriend. No big deal. Now let's get on with the story of why she is whatever she is. I don't even know what she is. I've never even seen it.
Well, it's a show that no one asked for.
Yeah.
Honestly, let's be real. It's not going to, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to be that successful. Not many people are going to watch this show.
Well, is it so what is it? She's a witch,
I do
obviously.
not know, Grant,
okay.
Because it is something that no one cares about really in the Marvel universe. I'm going to tell you right now. 90% plus, I'm lowballing here, don't give a flying F about Agatha, honestly. This is a show that no one really wanted. Like,
look at you being family friendly.
Yeah, man. Now, I don't know, YouTube is coming down hard with that hammer.
I know, fuck them.
Yeah. All right, so anyway, so we gave our spill on this. Hats off if that is actually Saber Interactive CEO. Hats off to him
Yeah.
to pushing back on this crap because he is absolutely right, and
Correct.
this is the direction that game designers really need to go to.
And here's the thing. Okay, so again, like you can still make video games, people. Just make video games. This is what you can still believe whatever you want to believe.
You don't care about your damn politics.
Correct.
You don't care about how
we
you
don't care
live
about
your
your
daily
life.
life.
We don't
you don't
care
have
about
to
that.
inject that crap.
Just
in here, man.
just make the game. Just make
a
the game.
fun game with a great fantasy element to
That's
it.
it.
Whatever you're doing.
That's it. And here's the thing. And what we mean by that is if let's just say, hey, we want some LGBTQ representative. Cool. Make a character. Don't make it the whole fucking identity of the game. That's what we're talking about.
And don't make the ideology, your personal stuff, the identity of the game.
The identity of the game.
That's foreign developers.
Yeah. And here's the thing is, and let's just say, hey, I want to, as the developers, they're saying, hey, we want to make a lesbian gay game. Okay, that's fine. You're free to do that. And then you're going to get your audience, and let me tell you something. For example, I was thinking about this earlier. We're talking about this. Do you remember that show? I mean, it was probably on Netflix. It was like Queer Eye for the Straight Guy or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You know how that show was successful? Because it said what it was. It had an audience. It had its audience for it. And nobody said anything about it.
The show is actually funny.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is it basically told you, hey, this show is for gay people because it's about gay people.
Yeah.
And this is what it's going to do. And if you want to watch it. And if you don't have to. Yeah, and it was successful. And you didn't hear nothing about it. You didn't hear no pushback from it because it stated what it was and it stated, and it stayed in its lane and it was successful. And that's all you have to do.
It didn't take themselves seriously. You know what I mean? Like writing. It didn't take themselves seriously in the writing.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
A lot of successful comedies always do that. But anyway, yeah. So,
again, we're going to say this again. Nobody cares about gay characters or lesbian characters or even trans characters. It's when you make it the idea. It's when you make it the whole identity of the game that they don't want. Nobody wants that. That's what we keep saying. So before you get on here and hit me with the trifecta that I'm a racist, bigot. Wait, was it? No, not biggest. Well, I am the biggest, but racist. Well, I forgot the word. What is it? Come on, help me out here.
No, I really don't want to help you out because I think it's funny watching you think about it.
I can't, dude. I went blank.
Racist, bigots,
misogynist. No, what I said biggest, not bigots. That's what I said. That's what threw me off. Oh. So before you hit me with the trifecta, understand what we're talking about.
Well, it doesn't matter what you talk about.
I know it doesn't matter.
You've already been labeled all three of those.
I know. I'm white from Mississippi.
Well, you're
racist.
A white guy from Mississippi. I'm a white guy from Mississippi living in Florida.
Yeah, you know what that means. You know what that means. Trump supporters.
Yeah. I mean, might as well just wear MAGA hats on here.
That's a Trump guys.
You got a MAGA hat, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. But yeah. All right. So that's our take on, again, if you have a clear rebuttal to all these things, then just say the rebuttal to them. Don't start attacking them personally.
Say the rebuttal to us as well.
Really get their feelings hurt when someone has a different opinion from them. Boy, got some softies in this world.
For real. If you want to, and you're free to do that to us. You have anything you want to say? Just talk. We're not gonna make fun of you.
No, we already get all that stuff on Twitter anyway.
For real. You want to say if you want to say, hey Grant, your head looks like a deflated football. Okay, I can. Okay, we're not going to argue with you, but
Okay, Grant. All right. So enough of that.
All right.